Hi everybody and welcome back to Daddy's Kitchen. So it's a great day. I got my vaccine, at least the first shot, so hopefully in 3 weeks. So today is vaccine part 1 day. What are we making? We're making, I love beef bourguignon, which is a red wine meat with all kinds of ingredients, made famous by Julia Childs. But it takes about 8 to 10 hours. So I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna make the step cousin of this dish. So I'm using short ribs. Okay, as you can tell here, short ribs, about 4 or 5, plus a little bit of the meat left over from the Pismo cut from Costco that I showed you guys how to cut. I have about 6 or 7 diced chopped garlic. If you like a little bit more, then you go with that. I have half a cup of beef broth. And of course, if you're gonna make meat and you want it to cook for a while, you want some Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a red wine. I actually have it here. For my family and friends in Guatemala, no, it's not Gallo, the one we're used to. This one is a different one. Okay. I got 2 stalks of celery chopped up here. I got 2 small to medium onions, sliced, not chopped. I have about 2 carrots here, chopped. What else do I have? I got brown sugar. You're gonna need that. I have olive oil. Okay. I have, I love, oh my God, balsamic vinegar. Forgot the name. So I got some balsamic vinegar. I have some regular soy sauce, low sodium. I have some fish sauce. Okay, some fish, so a little Thai flavor. And let's see what else. And I got some potatoes. So I'm going to make this on mashed potatoes. Now these mashed potatoes are not going to be like your usual creamy, garlicky, Parmesan cheesy. These are going to be plain mashed potatoes. A little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper, because the sauce is going to take it over the top. And we need to thicken the sauce. We'll also have some thyme, like Culture Club. Sorry, different time. 80s joke, sorry. And I got some bay leaves. Okay, so this is what we got. And I think in the meantime, I also have some carrots just on the side that I'm gonna use. I pour a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, so I'm going to bake them for about 25 minutes or so. And then I have water waiting to boil, and I'm gonna put the potatoes in there for the mashed potatoes. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Okay, so I added salt and pepper to the short ribs. Now in a couple of minutes, I have my Instapot right here, and I have it on saute. Wait for it to get hot. I'm gonna add the olive oil, and then I'm gonna put probably about 3 or 4 of the short ribs. You don't want to put all of them because it's gonna crowd the pot, and then it won't let it brown. What it'll do is it may start steaming. You don't want to do that when you want to brown beef. Okay, so here we go. You put it on the side that you added the salt and the pepper. Gonna let it brown, and we can add a little more pepper to this side and a little bit more salt. So the meat is browning. So now what I'm doing is just on the side, you know, all that bit of that fat. Okay, so it's brown here. We're not cooking it. Okay, the Instapot is going to do that. But in the meantime, we get to brown it, possibly a little bit more, just to get all those juices out, and at the same time seal the flavor. So that's what browning will do. Okay, wait about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna take that out and put the rest. Okay, so we're back. The meat has browned, and you got all kinds of goodness in there. All of those bits of burnt, so good, right? So we put it on the side. Now we do not, all the juices that will fall on the plate, we leave them there, okay? And then we put them back. So now we got all this, and now it's time for the onion. Okay? And again, I put about 1.5. So I'm gonna wait about, oops, I forgot, is there a piece of meat in there? Yes. Okay, always test it. Okay, so let the onions caramelize. And in the meantime, I think, salud. By the way, I forgot to mention, you're gonna want to thicken the sauce. Okay, you want a thick sauce. So what do? You're gonna need a couple of ingredients that I'll give you in a minute. Okay, so now the onions, they look good. Notice that the sugar of the onions, once it's released, you can pick up all of the little burnt pieces, and they start becoming a bit of a sauce. So now it's been about 4 minutes or so. If you want a little bit more, that's fine. I'm gonna now add the garlic. Okay? Now be careful with the garlic. You don't wanna burn it. Okay? So I'm gonna wait about 30 seconds. Okay? Like the Beatles would say, just let it be. Okay, so that's good. So now I'm going to add celery and carrots. And I think now it's a good time for me to put my other carrots in the oven. And I'm gonna check the potatoes to make sure they're ready to be mashed. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of thyme. Dry. Okay, and the bay leaves. Okay, so this looks good. It's time for the wine. Not bad. And I've always said there's no such thing as bad wine. If you like it, then it's good wine. If you don't like it, then it's bad wine, no matter how much it costs. Okay, so now all the remaining brown bits, the burnt meat and burnt this, all of that is picked up by the wine. So I'm going to give it about a minute for the alcohol to burn. Okay, give it about a minute. So after that minute, I'm going to add the soy sauce. I'm going to add balsamic vinegar. Ooh, right there. And the fish sauce. And also the beef broth. Okay, so I think we're ready. So we got soy sauce. We got that fish sauce. We got the brown sugar, which I forgot to mention. Okay. And of course we got the balsamic vinegar. I love balsamic vinegar. I go to this place, I think I told you before, Sunstone Wineries up in Santa Ynez. spent the day there, and it's really nice. And now we can have the no salt. We can do chicken broth or beef broth. So as you can see, it's very liquidy right now. So you're gonna need to thicken it in a bit. But right now we're gonna put the ribs back, and we're going to pressure cook for about 40 minutes. We'll see right now. Okay, so this is what the carrots look like before going into the oven for about 25 minutes, maybe 20. So I've always liked to, I don't like them too soft, just like my mother. She hated soft carrots. So I guess I follow that tradition. Not too soft, but I added just a little bit of thyme, some salt, olive oil, pepper, and that should be it. Not too much, just because they're gonna be right next to the mashed potatoes and next to the red short ribs and the sauce, the red wine sauce. Okay, so that's what they look like. Okay, so as you can see, the ribs are in there, the little pieces of meat are in there, everything's in there. So now it's time for the pressure cooker. Okay, so we'll get this again. Pressure cook for, I had it for about 48 minutes. So, you know, look at how you cook, how your pressure cooker works, and you can add a couple more minutes or subtract. As you can tell, the ribs, the sauce needs to thicken. So how do we do that? And here I have 3 tablespoons, actually 2 tablespoons, 2.5 of cornstarch. And I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of cold water, mix it up, and then add it to the sauce so it'll thicken. But don't add it all at once, add it slowly. Okay, so now I added the mixture of the cornstarch with water. So you see now it's getting a little more thicker. So I put back the meat, and I'm gonna saute it for another 10 minutes so it can get hot and maybe thicken a little bit more. Taste it with, usually I like to taste with a little bit of bread, and see if it needs a little more salt, a pinch of salt or a pinch of pepper. But this is what it should look like, similar to this. If it looks more red, that means you added a little bit more of the red wine, which is fine. Okay, just more flavor. Welcome back to Daddy's Kitchen. Let's bring the plate. Okay, here you go. It looks good. Hopefully it'll taste good. We got mashed potatoes with some basic carrots, just a little thyme, maybe a little rosemary and salt and pepper and olive oil. And we have the mashed potatoes, which were simple because the sauce should cover the mashed potatoes and the flavor. So we got short ribs with meat that falls off the bone. Hopefully you enjoy it, and try it at home and tell me how you like it. Saludos a los primos allá en Guatemala. Para todos, besos, abrazos. Hasta pronto.